ready.
Thank you for coming back to Terabyt Reacts. We are here once again with some Bates Motel. Season 4 continues. We are practically a season and a half away from completing this series, and I'm here for it. Last episode we saw Norman finally seem like he's gonna get the help that he needs. So we'll see how this play out, if he actually gets to this place, if they can actually deal with it. Is Norman going to try something before Alex gets him there? Will he try to kill Alex? Who knows, right? What's going to happen if he ends up killing somebody over at this damn facility? God, the possibilities are endless with this dude, because you can't put a read on him, pretty much, especially the alter ego side of what happens to him when he blacks out. Never know. If you guys want to see more episodes of Bates Motel, go check it out on the Patreon. Let's jump into the reaction, and I will see you guys right after for the review. Let's go. Oh, yeah, sure didn't cause any trouble.
Are you ready for your orientation, Norman?
Somebody took my belt.
Well, no one wears belts around here. See?
Why?
Because it's safer. Come on, walk with
I
me.
don't want nobody killing themselves with their belts.
Sorry, Blake. I had to stop her gas.
No big deal. It's not like we're doing anything important here.
Can you lean into me a little? Maybe we've had physical contact before this moment.
This is so awkward.
This is weird.
I'm sorry last night was so hard. You're doing the right thing for her.
I hope so.
Sheriff Romero, Norma Bates, we're ready for you.
You ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
We are gathered here to join this man and this woman in matrimony. Together in mind,
We know all this.
She's nervous, Cop.
together in heart, together in soul for all eternity. Alexander, do you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife?
Hold on a second.
I do.
Probably finally end up with a better man. I mean, he's not the best, but it's better than anybody she's been with before.
I've got hers, Connie. Mine's just, it's getting adjusted.
By the authority vested in me by the state of Oregon.
He came prepared. He like, yo, this is what Alex kind of wanted to. She might just kiss you for real. I like this for her, though. She's actually feeling something for him.
Thanks for doing that.
You're welcome. So I'll be over after work with my stuff.
What stuff?
You do realize I have to move in with you.
Yeah, okay, of course.
Norma, it has to look real. I'm an elected official. I need people to trust me, okay? I'm not supposed to be cutting legal corners and marrying
Have they
somebody.
met you?
Yeah. This is your idea. It wasn't mine. You wanted to do it. Yeah, you got to commit to it, okay? It's not a joke. Don't make me regret doing this.
Okay, fine, I get it. Yeah, sure, move in.
It's going to be fine. I'm an easy roommate. I work a lot. It's not forever.
Okay.
All right? See you tonight, okay? All right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right, see you tonight.
I'm thinking about firing Gunner.
Why? I mean, if he worked for me, I'd fire Gunner, but why specifically?
I'm thinking about getting out of the weed growing business. Truth is, I don't know, I'm not all that excited about it anymore. I'd like to try and do something different with my life, something better.
So you're gonna give up the farm?
Well, I mean, I was only running it, so I'm just gonna be out the money for the barn, but whatever.
Well, breakfast is from 7 to 8:30, lunch is from 12 to 1, dinner's from 5 to 6. Now, after your initial consultation with Dr. Edwards, he's going to set up a daily therapy schedule for you. And when you have free time, you can spend it in your room or here in the patient lounge or outside in permitted areas. Have you any questions so
Yes.
far?
How long will I be here?
That's up to Dr. Edwards.
But is it like a week, 2 weeks?
Well, it's different for everybody. You just have to trust your doctor.
Have you been in therapy before?
I've talked to therapists once or twice.
Why'd you stop?
Let's just say my mother tends to have a lot of problems, and both times that took precedence. Although, to be fair, I didn't like it.
Why not?
I just think it's silly for a fallible human being to try and explain what's going on in someone else's head.
That's not what therapy is. Therapy is a two-person job. You drive. I try to help navigate.
Yeah, how do you imagine that I am driving anything here?
You committed yourself, Norman. Do you not want to be here?
No, my mother made me. She wants me to be here.
Yes, that's true. She spoke to me about you before you had been admitted.
Oh, so she was planning all of this.
I think she was just very worried about you. She was worried she no longer knew how to help you.
No, you know something, doctor? Sometimes a person might think someone needs help because they are actually the one that needs help.
Sometimes, yes.
I don't feel like talking.
That's okay. But why not?
How long does this go on for?
50 minutes.
Can I just leave?
I'd rather you didn't.
Then we'll just sit here then, I guess.
That's fine, too.
He was admitted last night. I would love to speak with him.
I'm sorry, new arrivals aren't allowed outside contact for 72 hours.
What? No one told me that.
I'm sure it was explained at the time of admittance.
No, it wasn't.
You weren't there.
Could you please get a message to my son, Norman Bates? Could you please tell him that I love him?
What, didn't you just hear that there's
I
no...
will have to ask Dr. Edwards' permission to give him the message.
Yeah, they can't have outside contact at all, so you can't just give him a message after the 72 hours. Just the moving around furniture.
You making something?
No, I'm just getting started.
Well, it's gotten around town that we got married. And my buddies offered us best table at his restaurant. It's on the house. Come on, Norma. Might as well go have a free dinner.
I'm sorry, I don't think I can. I've got a lot on my mind, and I'm so worried about Norman. And I know this is stupid. This is the third time that I've been married, and I'm never gonna be good at it. And this isn't even real, so I just can't go out in public and act like I'm happy.
That's what alcohol's for.
Yo!
Get dressed. Okay, we're going to dinner.
The one marriage that's not legit might turn out to be the best one. I don't know. I love to see people get together if they're good together. I'm never gonna be the guy that's gonna be like, marriage is bad, even though I've had a bad marriage. You know what I mean?
Should have gone with a turkey pot pie. I'm just saying.
This guy, really?
Never seen anyone look so pissed off at a turkey pot pie. Just
He was in Prison Break as well as the. I think he was the played. Can't remember his name right now. Michael's brother's son.
Norman.
I'm Julian. Or maybe I'm not. Come on. All right, I'm sorry. I get bored. I'm just actually excited to someone relatively my own age here. I get tired of trying to make conversation with the nut bars.
How'd you know I'm not a nut bar?
I can size people up. What are you in for?
Honestly, don't know exactly.
Committed?
I committed myself.
But you don't know why?
I would just rather not talk about it, please,
Okay.
Julian.
Okay, fair enough. I'm here because my parents think I'm annoying. They could be right.
They could be.
Touche. Parents. Can't live with them, can't live without them. You know what? Actually, I could totally live without them.
Well, we can all live without our parents. Technically, we can all live without our parents, bruh. Especially if we're adults.
See, yeah. Alcohol just makes it all so much easier.
I can see you're gonna be a great influence.
This is your
Jeez.
third time being married.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Oh my God, someone married you?
I was in the Marines. Well, I was stationed in Camp Pendleton, Southern California. And I met, she was the sister of one of my buddies. We hit it off.
And he was a
Married 2
Marine
months later,
too?
and divorced 6 months after that.
What happened?
Oh, I realized after about a week that I'd made a terrible mistake, and I just became really impossible to be around. And I'm very mature. She left me.
Aw.
Not you.
I did not have a great home life. My high school boyfriend knocked me up, and I ran off with him and had Dylan, and it was not good.
So you're
About
go.
2 years
God,
into
I
it,
hate the
I met
lies,
Norman's
bro.
father. I thought I was in love. We had an affair. Dylan's dad found out about it, and he left me. And I married that guy, Sam. He was an asshole, and then he died. You really cannot make this shit up.
No, you couldn't.
Yeah, you literally just did.
Well, here's the tip. You really know how to choose. Cheers.
Can I ask you a question?
Married.
Who the hell do you sleep with? I mean,
What?
I mean, you must be sleeping with someone all this time.
I got people I see.
Oh, that's cryptic. Is
Possibly. Yeah, it's a small town.
I want names.
She has a beautiful smile.
Sooner or later, gonna break my neck on those stupid stairs. More stairs.
Whoa. Here, wait, let me help you up.
In Olympic sobriety.
And I'm really happy that she's, even if it's the alcohol that's making her happy. You don't see that very often with her. She does not smile. I think this is the most I've seen her smile this entire show. When her imaginative self show up to Norman, which is that's the creepy.
You go to sleep, man.
Creepy Norma.
Okay, fine. Good night.
Sleep well, Mrs. Romero.
I'm keeping my name.
No, you're not. What did he write? They didn't even show that long enough for me to read it.
There's a morning yoga class outside if you care to join. It'll be good for you. Very relaxing.
I'd rather stick hot pins in my eyes.
Jeez, why do they gotta be hot? Finally covering up this hole.
Mrs. Romero,
Oh, yes.
we found this over by the dirt. Thought maybe you lost it. Is it yours?
I was wondering where this went. Thank you very much.
No problem.
We still don't know where that fucking body is. She went down there to search, but she didn't find her. Emma's mom is somewhere around there, and we don't know where she actually is.
What's going on? Hey, man. Wasn't expecting you back so soon. I was just about to bounce. What?
Oh, here. Not you. No.
So he was gonna fire you anyways.
Going to Cali. Leftovers are in the cooler. Peace out, Gunner. Wow, that's pretty emotional.
I'm sorry, man. I had fun helping you out. I'm just not sure this venture's gonna pan out long term, you know? Can't take the risk. Not so much notice.
It's not any notice.
I know, I'm sorry. Good guy, Dylan. Stay on the bright side. All right, man.
Well, he was gonna fire him anyways, so yay! Don't have to have the uncomfortable conversation.
I was kind of laughing at you.
Hey, I gotta go. I'll call you later, okay? What do you want?
You're here alone? I thought I would have heard from you after what happened between your father and I.
Chick, whatever happened between you and Caleb's between you and Caleb. I think you should leave.
Well, it wasn't my intention to have you killed, right? I was a product of divorce, too.
What?
I know all about mommy trying to make dad the bad guy. But I thought that you ought to know that your father is capable of. He beat me within an inch of my life and left me for dead.
So what do you want?
Well, Caleb.
Yeah, well, I haven't spoke to him, and I don't know how to find him.
Thanks, Dylan. See you around.
It's very ominous.
You're home from work early.
Oh, what are you doing here?
I left my favorite socks here a few weeks ago. I was just looking for them.
You find him?
Did you meet this woman before?
What's with all the boxes?
Packing some stuff up. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while.
You just cashed a check at the bank 3 days ago. Sometimes, I forget about you until I see you again. And then I remember you.
Hey, I gotta tell you something.
What?
Stop. I got married.
Well, wow, who's the lucky lady?
Norma Bates. She's a widow. She runs a motel on the old highway.
Why did you never mention her to me?
Oh, we mentioned a lot of things to each other. I mean, It's not
Okay.
like we were, know what I mean.
No, yeah, no, I know what you
Oh,
mean.
come on, I'm sorry.
No, hey, don't be sorry. I mean, you're the one that got married, not me.
Okay.
I can still sleep with whoever I want to.
Are you married? Probably.
But in the meantime,
she's not
I need
married.
to ask you a professional question.
Yeah, what's that?
Bob Paris just took off right before the DEA raided his house. Well, the DEA also came to the bank. They seized his accounts and all of his records.
Okay.
Okay, what's the question?
Am I in danger?
What, because you've been laundering his accounts? It depends if you do a good job. I've never heard anyone mention your name, or the bank, or how any of the money was laundered.
Okay.
They want Bob, or anyone above Bob. You're a tangent. Look, if you don't do anything to call attention to yourself, I think you're fine.
How do you know she's not an informant?
Here's your key.
I don't trust it. I don't know. That could have been a recorded conversation. I don't trust that bitch. She was searching for something. The flash drive. Is the drive there? I don't know, man. They wouldn't have introduced a character like that just to introduce a character like that. I think there's something more to it, but hey, I could be wrong.
Oh, God, it's you. I got scared. Norman's the only one who's ever down here. What were you doing?
I was looking for someone to do my laundry.
Just give me your laundry. I like doing laundry. Is that the truth?
No, actually, I was hiding a bunch of money down here.
Yeah, that's funny. Okay.
Yo, I'm into this. I'm into this. I'm into this. Couple is gonna be great for each other. I'm into this.
Norma?
Oh my god.
Norma?
Dylan.
Hey.
How's Emma doing?
Yeah, she's better and better every day, but it still has a long ways to go. I just saw Romero leaving. Is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. He will be around a fair amount. We got married.
I can't believe Romero would do all that for you.
He's got his good side.
You know,
Man.
guys don't just marry people because they want to give them insurance coverage for the heck of it.
He just wanted to help me out.
Norma, I'm a guy. Okay, I know what guys do. You know, he's not the worst person in the world.
Yeah, no,
He's not.
the worst person in the world. I don't like him like that.
You say that now.
I can't think about anything but Norman right now. I'm worried about him all the time. I feel like I abandoned him. I just wish they would let me talk to him. It's awful how it happened.
I'm sorry. You're doing the right thing for him.
I hope so.
Finally.
What if he says something wrong? All the secrets that I've tried to hide, things that other people won't understand. I have no control over any of it, and I have tried so hard for so long to protect him until I couldn't. In a way, it doesn't matter. It's out there, for better or for worse. It's out of my hands. The chips will fall. We'll see what happens.
I think maybe it's all gonna be okay, Norma. You just have to allow it to be.
Yeah, it's not a red flag in this show. It's all about everything is gonna be okay. Just before everything goes to shit.
I just have blackouts. Can I just get some medicine for that?
You absolutely can. Your mom says that sometimes you talk to people who aren't there, that sometimes you can get violently angry.
Yeah, so can she.
How can I help you, Norman? You want to know a secret? Everyone needs help. Someone is paying a lot of money for you to be here, so you should take advantage of it. No one comes here for the food. You committed yourself, Norman. On some level, you want help. I think I can help you, if you let me.
You know that I am only here because of my mother.
You're 18.
But it means something to her. Now, she would be upset if I didn't.
And you don't want her to be upset.
I never want her to be upset. She's the most wonderful person in the world.
Then why are you angry at her?
Right?
I can't tell you that.
Actually, you can. It's safe here.
I'm angry because she asks too much. She wants too much. Now, I have tried to always be there for her, and I have been a very good son, but there is just something wrong with my mother. She does things, and then she blames me.
You can't talk about them. Nothing bad is gonna happen if you talk.
Bad things will happen if I do. I don't know what to do. I just don't want to hurt her, but I am scared. Do you understand?
I do understand. This is a tough dilemma, but maybe we can work through it.
Well, you got something. I don't know why this dude thinks it's so interesting. He's smiling.
I know I'm not allowed to see him yet, and you couldn't even give him my phone message, and I understand that.
So why are you here?
But I really need to see him, to know that he's okay.
You want him to just bring him out like a lineup?
We have these policies for a reason, Norma. He's having a hard time establishing trust with me. He needs to do that. It's kind of like sending your kid away to camp.
Norman never went to camp. Maybe Norman is feeling the same thing. We are very close. Maybe it would be good for Norman to see me. Allow him to know that everything was okay and that he could focus on what it is he's trying to accomplish here. I'm just asking to see him once.
Damn, for a parent to can't go 3 days without seeing their child is absolutely bananas to me. Especially an adult teenager. Like, stop it, man. That's insane to me. I don't think any parent, let me not say any parent, there's probably one or two out there that is like this, that is so obsessed with an adult child. Adult child. Why the fuck does that not sound right? It's fucking oxymoron. Not being able to see them, can't go 72 hours without seeing it again? Some reason that doesn't sit right with me. No, it's actually 3 days. 3 days, right? That's actually kind of, that's like, I'll go weeks. Weeks. Months even sometimes. Don't get me wrong, my mom loves seeing me. If my mom could see me every day, she would. But my mom is not so, I don't want to say clingy to the point where she can't understand, or she don't understand, or she has to see me, or she will. And my mom will pop up every now and then and come to the house, like pop up if she wants to see me, but that's a bit much, man. By the way, my mom is the one that sent me to boarding school, so
Oh, honey, it's so
I was
good
gone
to
for
see
months
you.
at a time. She couldn't see me. She never popped up. What?
It's good to see
She
you,
would come
too.
down,
Oh, no, I was talking to my son.
come
I still need
down.
it. Could we talk somewhere else?
That's crazy.
I know you're angry at me right now, and I don't blame you. I just want to tell you how sorry I am about all this. We both know this is the best place for you right now, and we have to think about the future. And this is not forever. Norman, say something. Just speak to me.
What would you like me to say, Mother? You put me in this place against my will.
Because I'm trying to help you.
You don't need to whisper. There are no secrets here at Pineview.
All I want for you is for you to get better and to get the help that you need.
I need? So I'm the only one that needs help, really? Mother, we're still playing that game?
Norman, the only reason that you are here is because I don't know how to help you
Well, I
anymore.
can't help anyone because I can't tell anyone the truth.
What truth?
That people have died, that we don't know why, that something is very, very wrong, and that you won't face it. I don't want to lower my voice. I don't want to talk to you. I'm actually afraid of you right now because you have put me in this horrible position. What am I supposed to do, Mother?
I'm doing my best. Okay? I just want you to forgive me.
I don't forgive you. I can't forgive you. Stuffing me in here, you have painted me in a corner that I cannot get out of. And I have never been so disappointed in anyone.
Norman.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought this was a bad idea. This should just be, I mean, I don't know why you want your child's forgiveness so much.
What happened?
I went to see Norman.
I'm sorry.
I begged him for forgiveness. He told me he had no feelings for me. It was like he was a different person. He's never been like this. Ever.
He's an 18-year-old kid. He's mad right now. Okay, he's gotta get over it. Did the right thing.
It's so scary. I don't love it.
Oh, it is, man. Until he has to have an episode while he's there. Because if he doesn't have an episode and he starts talking about this to the doctor, a lot of the stuff could lead back to Norma thinking that she's the one that's actually been doing this.
I don't think we should do this. Don't play with me, okay? You sure you want to do this?
I'm sure I want to do this right now.
What is this? All this romantic music playing in the background all of a sudden for these two now. Man, take that, Lady Alex. She.
Now, Norman, you can't just go in there.
Hey,
a little help, please.
Let me through. He wants to speak to me.
Hey. Easy, Norman. Easy.
Get off me! I just want to talk to him!
Hey. I heard you were upset. I'm sorry I couldn't see you earlier. I was in the middle of a session.
Oh, no, that's all right. I understand. But I do need to tell you something.
Whatever it is, you can tell me.
I have reason to believe that my mother is insane and might be killing people.
Okay.
You know, if you make that accusation, I will have to report this to the authorities.
I do.
Exactly what I said, man. But exactly what I say, he's going to implicate Norman. It's like they have to see that other side of him for them to be like, you know, since him's going to be talking about all this stuff, they're going to have to possibly investigate and see what's really happening here. But I don't know. Let's talk about it. This was a great episode, man. This show gets better every season, man. Like every season, this show gets better. And there's no mistaking it. There's no mistaking it, because at the end of the day, like, you can't look at the show and be like, well, you know, it's leveled off. Every season this show gets better, right? And this season in particular, they're really kind of pulling out all the stops. Can't wait to see the final season of the show and what that's going to bring. Because right here, right now, as I'm sitting here, I'm loving it. I am happy for Norma. It's not necessarily Alex that my joy is coming from. It's just Norma, because the entire series I've been saying, can this woman just catch a break, man? She's been through so much. Literally in the first episode of the show, she gets sexually assaulted. Right? Like, she can't catch a break. She's dealing with a son that she's trying to protect, and don't get me wrong, she's done some questionable things to protect Norman. She's done some questionable things to protect that I wouldn't advise her to do. But at the end of the day, you still gotta stay empathetic towards her in a way where you understand her plight and what she has to deal with. And to see her even remotely happy for a little bit, you're always happy to see those happy moments. It kind of reminds me of when I was married, because it was like, for the majority of things that my ex-wife was telling me that she has been through and all these things, it's like it was very hard for her to find happiness, and it wasn't gonna come through me. I don't think that we as people are in any way, shape, or form responsible for other people's happiness. You're the one that can determine what you're happy about, what makes you happy, right? If it's a person that makes you happy, then cool. But it's not my responsibility, outside of how you feel about me, it's not my responsibility to maintain that. You get what I'm saying? So if I change in any way and it makes you unhappy, and you tell me about that, and this is something that is probably very minor, more than likely it's a very minor thing. It might be a minor change. It could be that you like my hair a certain way, right? Like how I give you guys an example. Like if you can see, you can realize that my hair is long, right? I've been growing my hair since like 2020. It's been like 3 years now since I've been growing my hair, right? Pretty long right now, right? I don't always get my hair done or stuff like that. I maintain it very well, and she helps me with that. But I'm giving this example to say, she used to love my hair when I kept it short, went to the barber every 2 weeks, all of this other stuff, right? She used to love it, right? I made this choice because I wanted to make this choice about my hair, right? It made her happy to see my hair short, going to the barber every 2 weeks, blah, blah, blah. She liked that. Not necessarily the routine, but the fact that I look fresh. You know what I'm saying? I look good. I didn't go to the barber. I didn't go to the barber every 2 weeks. That's a lie. I didn't go to the barber every 2 weeks, but I went as often as I could, right? Because I like to concentrate. And most of the stuff I do from home. So it's like I don't really go out because we don't go out that much. You get what I'm saying? And plus, she doesn't mind when I'm a little all over the place with my facial hair and stuff like that. It makes her happy that I groom myself. Put it like that, right? When I keep myself groomed, right? And now that I'm growing out my hair for the last 3 years, right? She obviously was against it at first, but I told her this is what I'm going to do, right? And she says she don't think it's a good idea. She don't think I would look good, right? And I told her this is what I'm going to do, because I have grown up my hair before I started doing YouTube or anything. Like probably about I think this was back in maybe 2011, somewhere there. I think I grew my hair out, not as long as it is now, because I never did it for that long, but long enough where I could have you know what I'm saying, had cornrows and things like that, right? So if I want to be specific, give it an example. And I've done it before, and I know I looked good with it, right? So it's not necessarily that she grew to like it. You get what I'm saying? Even though I'm not even really going to get my hair done or anything like that, or getting it in any way. I just keep it in a ponytail nowadays, really. And if I'm planning to go anywhere and this and that, I'll get it done. But other than that, pretty much wash, condition, all that good stuff, oil, keep it nice and moist, and just put it in a ponytail. as you guys have seen in probably like the past several months, right? I'm not responsible for that happiness. If my here makes you happy and I choose to change it up, right? That's my decision to choose to change it up. And as I said, it's over minor changes a lot of times that makes people, not happy anymore with a particular situation a lot of times. Now, if you are unhappy about somebody in general, or they made you happy and they've changed, their attitude towards you or whatever has changed, that means you need to cut that person out of your life. Not try to change them, be like, change back into the person you used to be. No, it's time to cut off that relationship. Because a lot of times people change because of circumstances in their life, whatever it is, they could change, right? And that person is not responsible. And this is what I'm trying to say. They're not responsible for making you happy. They're not. It's not their responsibility to make you happy. If they're doing something that does make you happy, doesn't make it their responsibility. That's just what you see and perceive about that person that makes you happy. It's not their responsibility to maintain that happiness for you. So if they change something, that simply means that you're just going to have to accept it and move on. At the end of the day, you're just going to have to accept, okay, that person has changed. It's time for me to move on. Whether it results in you moving on from that relationship or whatever the situation is, right? Now, if it's toxic behavior. Now, if it's something very minor, you deal with it because it's not that big a deal. Because as I said, they're not responsible, right? Look for something else to be happy about. It doesn't have to be that one thing or that one minor thing, right? So I'm happy for Norma in this situation because when I look at her and everything that she's done, everything that she's been doing for the last 3 seasons, and to see her in a happy state right now, because these are two of my favorite characters in the show, and to see them together, because we know that Alex has true feelings for Norma. Because even in the last scene here, when he's whisking her away or whatever, before we saw the scene with Norman, he's saying to her, are you sure you want to do this? Because he doesn't want to take advantage of her. He doesn't want this to be a moment thing where she's feeling vulnerable in this moment and giving up the cheeks. You know what I'm saying? Because women tend to do things like this, right? And I'm the same way. That's why I respect that. I'm the same way even before I was in a relationship. When I'm not in a relationship, I operate on that end. It's just like, yo, I am not going to have sex with you if this is just going to be a momentarily thing, especially if we're looking forward to something better. If we're looking to form a long-term relationship, this is not something I want you to do at a whim because I think that it's important. I think it's important to understand that we can't just be out here, just willy-nilly just sleeping with everybody. And, I might be in the minority of how I think, but I understand why I'm like this. I absolutely do, right? And that's because of my choice. That is how I choose to operate. It's how I choose to conduct myself, because I think that's what a true man is supposed to be. How we're supposed to operate, not just fucking everything that comes our way, right? We gotta maintain discipline. We gotta have, as they call it nowadays, dick discipline, right? We gotta do that. And some people, they don't think that that's necessary. They believe that, hey, if a girl is giving up the cheeks, we should always bust it down. No, it's not all the time. It's not all the time. Stop just giving your essence to every and anybody. They don't deserve it. Right? They don't deserve it. Let us have some preservation, man. For people, for women who deserve it. I'm talking to the men out there. We gotta practice these things. We gotta practice dick discipline, man. And I really do respect that Alex, she said it. She said, this is what I want. Because I do think that she has feelings for Alex. She just doesn't want to act on them because she's afraid of what Norman might think, which she shouldn't care, but she does. Right? So, a little, you know, a little TLC, you know what I'm saying? I can't hate on that. So, of course, Chick came to see Dylan. Very short scene, but, you know, he said he'll be seeing Dylan around. He might ask Dylan to do some things. Dylan really doesn't know where Caleb went, or does he? I'm pretty sure he doesn't. But, of course, you know, when it comes on to, you know, Dylan and Emma's relationship, you guys already know how I feel about that. You know, it is what it is. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? I gotta accept it because we're here now, and Dylan is much more capable than Norman, of course, right? I thought Emma would be able to, you know, soften up Norman a bit to become better and more dependable on somebody other than his mom. You know, kind of get him all off of that mom tit, you know what I'm saying? But that's not the case. But cool, you know what I'm saying? I think Dylan, in a way, is better for Emma. You know, she smiles a lot more when she's around him, so I can't hate on that. I do think that the situation with Alex is not over with that lady that visited his house that he was sleeping with, obviously. I don't think that situation is over. She could be an informant for the DEA because the DEA does suspect him a bit, and he's trying to get that situation resolved. I do think there's probably going to be more to that. They could know that she's involved and using her to get to Alex, or she probably named him. You know, who knows? And she probably came there fishing for information. It was like, what the fuck are you doing in my house? I mean, I know she had a key, but, you know what I'm saying? Could be. Wasn't she like kind of rustling around when she was in there too? When he got in the house, that's how he knew she was in there, right? So he was making sure that nothing was missing. Doesn't seem like anything, but I still don't trust her. So that was very random. But it could be also coming after the scene of him talking to Norma, and Norma is like, who were you sleeping with? And they probably just use that to just bring this character in and create that scene. Who knows? But anyways, this was great. Loved it. Gonna watch another episode. Leave a like, leave a comment. I'll see you guys for the next one, man. Peace.